What do you think that having a student council in a medical college, is that important? Do we need that actually?
And student council is a requirement of the university for proper functioning.
As Dean Student Welfare are your main concerns about that?
So what has happened in our campus inherently over the years, diversity instead of becoming a concern has become our strength.
So we heard about the NEP SAARTHIs. It is in our university. So do you want to tell us about it? What is it and what you are doing for that?
Our university has taken that step very seriously, and whatever meetings are called by the UGC, they are attended by our body and our Saathis.
On your point of view, what are the things or what are the features or what are the characteristics you think the student leader has to be?
Good leaders make people believe in them, but great leaders make you believe in you.
Mental health, you know that right now it's a big issue for the students. How can we work on our mental health? Welcome to our next episode of MedCast, Santosh deemed to be university's own podcast.
So today we have with us our very own Dean Student Welfare, and he's a man who wears a lot of hats. He's the head of the Department of Orthodontics and our Dean Student Welfare. So we will take you through a journey of student well-being with Dr. Rajiv Ahluwalia.
Thank you.
Sir, we would like to listen from you a short introduction about you.
So I did my schooling from Delhi, St. Columbus, and then in 87 I went to Manipal to do my graduation in dentistry. And in 94 I joined my masters. I finished my masters in 97 from Mangalore College of Dental Surgery, Mahe. And I've been working in this institute from 2007. As a student, I would rate myself as a very balanced student, wherein I took care of my academics, and at the same time I took keen participation in sports, cultural, co-curricular and extracurricular activities. I was a class representative, I was in the council. So yes, I can say I've been there, done that.
So, what do you think that having a student council in a healthcare college, medical college, is that important, or do we need that actually?
I would not, separate or classify medical colleges, engineering colleges, and other colleges as far as students are concerned. Students are the same. So, and student council is a requirement of the university for proper functioning, as well as students are the main stakeholders. So once the university has a council, the interests of the students can be taken care more appropriately, I feel. So, and in fact I feel more so in healthcare there is a shortage of good leadership. So it's, I think, even more relevant in healthcare institutions.
So, sir, how do you grade your working as a student welfare? So, how do you put that that you have done something different or something big for the university?
So you want me to evaluate myself?
Yes, sir, definitely, sir, definitely.
Well, I don't think it would be correct to rate myself, and there's obviously a conflict of interest. But yes, if there are external people evaluating us, I remember we had a accreditation process recently in the university, and in the exit meeting, I remember the chairperson of the committee really lauding the efforts of the students, the unity and diversity at our campus, and the great achievements done by our students. So I would think that the student welfare section is doing a good job.
Sure. So ours is definitely a very diverse campus, very diverse students. So What, as Dean Student Welfare, are your main concerns about that?
Actually, it's not a concern, because concern comes if there is an issue. So
Sure.
what has happened in our campus inherently over the years, diversity, instead of becoming a concern, has become our strength. We have more than 60 to 70% diversity, national diversity, from students from most of the states of the country are studying with us. So this, we have been able to make it our strength rather than a concern.
Sir, as we know, you are very connected to the editorials of this university, and it's a area of your interest. So tell
Yeah.
us something about it.
This little bit has been, a field which I feel get more drawn into. And luckily, the editorial over the past years have done an excellent job. To the extent now we have you know, a newsletter coming once a month, and every 15 days we have our own Santosh Times, which is kind of a newspaper which have activities of 15 days are covered in that. So yes, I definitely feel that the editorial club is doing a great job at the university.
So I just want to know, quite funny it is. Uh, when you sleep at night, there must be lots of things going on in your mind, na? That I have to do this, I have to do that. So how do you just cope up with all those things all together?
Segregation of thoughts. We would like to know about it.
See, like I told you, we are wearing different hats. When I have to go to, usually post my dinner, I'll watch some news or some good series, on OTT. I don't know whether that's a good habit or not. But and then when I'm going to sleep, that time, frankly, I'm thinking about my family, whether everything is taken care of, and uh, that way, once I'm leaving the campus, I'm very satisfied with the work done on the campus, and most of the times I don't have to carry any concern home. So there is so much support for me also on the campus that I'm able to do the things smoothly.
That definitely is a concern in our field. Work-life balance.
We have to learn this from
We have to
sir.
learn this from you, and give the students a piece of advice on work-life balance.
If I were to advise the students, you balance the work and you balance the life, so it will become work-life balance.
So we heard about the NEP Saarthis. It is in our university. So do you want to tell us about it? What is it, and what you are doing for that?
Yeah, NEP is the National Education Policy, where the regulatory body wants to now connect with the students also, to look into the future. So each university is asked to delegate 3 students as Sarthis from the university, and in our university has taken that step very seriously. And whatever meetings are called by the UGC, they are attended by our body and our Sarthis. In fact, to the extent that one of our NAP Sarthi's anti-ragging video is also on the UGC website.
Yes.
Yes, so we are fully participating in that.
That's very good, sir.
So, on your point of view, what are the things, or what are the features, or what are the characteristics you think the student leader has to be?
See, somewhere recently I have read, which would sum up your question, is good leaders make people believe in them.
Definitely.
So it goes like good leaders make people believe in them, but great leaders make you believe in you. So
Such a big thing, sir.
it's I personally feel that there may be many good leaders, but we are trying to inculcate leadership where the student or the child starts believing in himself. So we want to kind of mentor that type of leadership amongst our students.
So, sir, since 2022, you're having the student council. So, do you have any good memory which you want to share with us, with the students of your council?
First of all, they're not my council. They're the, they represent all the students.
Yes,
And
definitely. So.
all the student councils I've worked with have been very dynamic and very progressive. And all of them have done a wonderful job. So I'm like, I feel very fortunate to be having such students in the council.
That's really encouraging coming
So
from you.
yeah, I think the main event, the auras for all the years, and the in between programs. In fact, for the last year council, they had more than 100 activities in the year. So that really speaks volume for the student
Yeah,
council.
that definitely does. So, what would you think are some of the misconceptions amongst the students about student well-being in the college, about student welfare, and how would you like to break them?
To allow me to put that question to you only. You student has to tell what are the myths among the students regarding the DSW. So I feel I'm in the opposite side of this question. So you tell me what are the myths among the students. So
Sir,
maybe I can answer and clarify those myths.
Sir, if I am to say, then I have a question back at you, that how much convenient do you think that each and every student can communicate to you? Like, how convenient are we making that? How do we make that more and more easy for them?
Yeah, this is something, it's a very thoughtful question, because I'm really not aware that every student may find it appropriate or to approach me. Although as you all know, from my side, the
Yeah.
doors are always open.
Definitely,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Definitely.
So that is why the mentor-mentee program is very relevant, important, and
Yeah.
comes into play, because we come to know that which student needs help in which aspect, and we work it around, whether through the parents or as a teamwork, we try to help the student in that regard.
I have a fun question for you now. Suppose that student welfare is a chapter, is a subject. It's a subject. Then what will be the first 3 introductory chapters in your book? If you were to write a book, if you were to author a book.
Yeah, actually, I'm planning to author a book, but not this one.
Definitely.
But if I were to write, the first chapter of this book is, having evaluated student life, having been a student, being a young teacher, being in administration, I feel, to be successful in whatever, you may, your definition of success is, it's, it's not necessary that you have to excel in something. If you have the patience, if you have that mental strength, and then of course everybody has the skill also in some aspect or the other. There I agree with the the saying that success is our right.
Very
So
true.
the success is the right of every student, and hard work never fails.
True.
So I've come across students who have a very high IQ, but somewhere their emotional or their communication skills are not that high. So overall, they may not excel. Whereas somebody who's hardworking, who has the patience, who has good mental strength, may eventually become more successful in life. It also depends on your passion. So what I want to convey to the student is that you should never get disheartened. Suppose you've not done well in your first year exams, or suppose you were an average student during your undergraduate. That doesn't mean your chapter is written off. You can always study very hard for your master's entrance, and get a good seat. After that also, you can really work hard, for your professional career. And whenever you will work hard, you will definitely see success.
Definitely.
So, success is at your will. It will come anytime you want, provided you work for it.
Definitely. So, since we are all in healthcare, so this reminds me of a certain dialogue of a movie. The movie is called Wonder. So, a teacher is teaching a bunch of kindergarten students, and he says to them that when you have to choose between right and kind, choose kind. So, I think definitely as healthcare professionals, we need to abide by that. So, how do you think that students can be more kinder, more compassionate, and how do you think that some policies will even teach that to the students in a campus?
I think this aspect cannot be introduced by policies. This is kind of ill built,
It's an inbuilt thing.
or and the home atmosphere, the parents, the school grooming, the campus life, the campus environment, everything becomes part of
Definitely.
this. And like your question suggests, that we are in healthcare.
Yeah.
So kindness and ethical approach has to be really
It's-
inherent.
Yeah, it's a must. It's a must thing. But in college, we can give them a little bit of insight about how it is to be more kinder, more compassionate. Like students will learn from the teachers.
There I feel one of the dramatics club, they do the Nukkad Natak.
They do.
They've done some excellent work
They do very
to
good.
create awareness, on ethical and bioethics within the students of the university. So I think that work is going on in a
Yeah.
good way.
So, mental health, that right now it's a big issue for the students. Otherwise, it's a big issue for the whole environment. But for the students studying in a college, it's a huge, and I think the more bigger word than huge. So it's a very good topic to talk about, so that people learn about it, something like how can we work on our mental health. So what do you think you can tell your students about it?
See, like you correctly pointed out, this is a universal issue and it is on the rise.
Yes.
Yes, it's on the rise.
More so because there is less community, working out in schools. I mean, the children are very isolated. They are in
Very
their
much
homes,
so.
they're on their phones. With my generation, we didn't have the option of phone.
Phones,
There were
yes.
not even color TVs. So in a way, I think that we are blessed. But this is contemporary society. So these things are happening and are bound to happen. And this has to be a teamwork between parents, society, campus, mentors, administration. And from our side, whatever the basic doings have to be done, like psychological counseling and orientation when the students join the campus, and we try to encourage them to speak out and not withhold the feelings within. Everybody has a best friend, and we are on the lookout of symptoms, or how we can recognize students who would be having these issues, because the early you catch this type of issue, the better it is. And in fact, here again, I would want to know from the students also in the future, how they would suggest that we look more into it.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely that. Because I think nipping it in the bud stage will do some bit of good in this thing.
It can change.
It can change a bit. So, we would like to ask you about any future plans that you're having with this post as Dean Student Welfare? What are your visions for it for the university?
Yes, as we are growing in the number of colleges, we have to maybe increase the paraphernalia of the student welfare office and have more members, in it to take care of the students. And my personal thrust is, to also create leaders in healthcare, because although we may be having good doctors coming out, skillful doctors, but who's going to lead the show?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So uh, that way, my little bit focus in the future is to create leaders in healthcare, future leaders.
That will be a great initiative, sir.
So we would like to even ask you that since you're Dean Student Welfare and student nurturing is your first and foremost priority here, uh, we would like to know about your relationship right now with present students, and how would you suggest that they can improve? How can they approach you more?
I think my rapport with the students is excellent.
Yeah,
Now the
we
students have to
definitely
tell
think
what they
Definitely,
think.
sir.
Yeah, what I think is not so important here. What the student thinks, maybe you can take a feedback
Right.
and you can get back to me, and whatever lacunas we are having, we will solve them if we are having.
If we are happy.
Yes.
Obviously your rapport with the students, as we feel too, is very good. And a lot of students, like, we know you, they think that you are approachable, like,
I
rather
want to
than
interrupt.
okay,
Most approachable.
most approachable. Yes.
The person who is at the top in the
In
leadership,
and
and still
approachable,
he's very approachable and
very kind,
listens
very
to everyone.
charismatic. So we have heard all that, and we're just conveying it to you from students.
So in this role as Dean Student Welfare, yes, probably those qualities should suit me.
Definitely.
Definitely, sir.
And
When I
young-
wear another hat as a head of the department, it's different. So we have to keep changing our, purpose.
So you're saying that we need to keep changing our personalities as per the roles.
It's not like that. Sometimes you have to, not sometimes, all the times you'll have different roles. For example, you will have a role of a friend. You will have a role of a daughter. You may have a role of a sister. I have a role of being the head of the department, Dean Student Welfare. I'm also a father. I suppose I'm a good father.
You would be.
I hope I'm a great husband. And, I assume I'm a good son. So we all have different roles actually, and we have to, do justice to all of them.
That is so nicely put into words. Learn things in a way where we can go out and speak to people. I think communication is a very big hindrance when it comes to healthcare people. We learn so much, we are academically doing okay, we are sitting inside the house, but when it comes to the patient, we get afraid. So talking and communication, this comes as a big part of the power.
Yes, that's true.
You think that you can teach us more in some ways, then we would like to know.
I think communication skills is quite above power in our university. And, in fact, with the students also, I think whether it's patient communication or communication with each other, um, I think I won't be wrong in analyzing or assuming that the happiness index for our university is fairly high. So correct me if I'm wrong. But
That
we can't say that.
we would also need to take a feedback on
Yeah,
it.
yeah, please.
For that.
We would definitely need to take
Yes,
a
yes,
feedback on
yes,
happiness
sir.
index,
As
because
far as you two are concerned, with your smiles, I'm thinking if you represent the students, it should be accurate.
it should be accurate. But yeah, we should definitely do something like that, because mental health is now a burning issue and it's a rising concern amongst the healthcare professionals.
Yeah, you should, come to me with some innovative suggestions how we can take this forward.
Definitely. What will be the 2 things you would have liked as a student to be implemented in your imagined or in your student life? Like, what should make it perfect? As student, what would you think? 2 things you would like to introduce.
I would like to introduce something, anything which is meaningful, and the students approach me for it. Now I don't think it's about me.
That definitely defines what we said, that you are the most approachable.
If the students are feeling some aspect needs to be attended, the administration, as I told you, we really believe that students are the most important stakeholders
Definitely.
for our organization.
Definitely.
Not only the most important, they are the largest stakeholders. We have more than 2,000 students on campus. So yes, they are a primary concern. So if there are some suggestions, the office is always open to that.
Okay.
Not that everything will be met with,
Yeah.
but yes, if something relevant will definitely be looked into.
After careful analyzation.
That has to be due diligence.
So we are almost coming to the closing segment right now, and we would like to know about some piece of advice that you can give to the students for upcoming batches, for new students who are to come.
So I knew that the podcast is there today. So I was, and I actually assumed that this sort of question may be the last question. So I dug into it, and what really I want to, if you have to summarize this, is for the students. जब आंखों में अरमान लिया, जब आंखों में अरमान लिया, मंजिल को अपना मान लिया. जब आंखों में अरमान लिया, मंजिल को अपना मान लिया, तो मुश्किल क्या और आसान क्या, तो मुश्किल क्या और आसान क्या, जब ठान लिया तो ठान लिया. So student has to be very, success is the right for everybody.
Definitely.
So, but you should have it in you that, you have to be successful.
Definitely.
And in our university, you will definitely get that support. We have
Definitely.
had students, as you know, who have excelled even at the international level.
Definitely.
And we have given them our bit of support to reach there.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
So, yes. So I want our students to have it in them, and they all have it in them, and everybody can excel.
Definitely.
You don't have to be a class topper, to be successful 15 years down the line.
Definitely.
So, yes, you must be determined.
This is such a great piece of advice. इसके बाद ज़्यादा कुछ कहने सुनने के लिए बाकी नहीं रह जाता. Now, if she wants to ask anything.
सर की शेर व शायरी बहुत होती है, सब
बहुत
कुछ
होती
कहने
है.
के लिए.
And see, poetry is something which can be indulged in every aspect of our life, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful because healthcare is a beautiful thing, and we treat people, we save lives. So, and poetry save lives. I personally believe that poetry can save lives.
कुछ शब्द ऐसे होते हैं जो दिल में लग जाते हैं
क्या
और फिर वो क्या बात कर देते हैं.
क्या बात है. So, okay, any closing remarks from you, sir?
Closing remarks from the students.
Dean of Student Welfare, as you see. So, we can end the podcast here.
Thank you.
And thank you, sir. Thank you for
Thank you.
being with us.